Before I start this lesson, I'd like to give all praise and glory and honor to Yahweh, Ba'ashim, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashim, Rukakwadash, the bond to the positives, the great minister of rule, will and teach will. Shalom to 144,000 men that especially get believed in this word in all true sincerity and sacrificing their lives and wills to do so. Shalom to the men, women, and children that's tuning in and listening. And shalom to the Israelite foreigners scattered abroad on all four corners of the earth. The Heavenly Father named is Yahweh, His only begotten Son named is Yahweh Shai, and Lord willing, this video is edifying, quick, and straight to the point. This video will be entitled Marvin SappThe, the Money Grabber. And recently, scrolling on the internet and whatnot, and also not just on the internet, not just on social medias, but YouTube as well. It's this famous pastor. His name is Marvin Sapp. He long story short, the video that was displayed was a video of him basically saying, you're a so-called pastor, you already know that, you're black Christian churches, you already know where this is going. But, he was so-called preaching or whatnot and having a sermon or whatnot. And he was preaching all that, sweating, You could tell by that whole church, they was dancing, joking around, and all that and whatnot, So, but anyway, so in his speech, he was saying that, yeah, we all gonna go to the same place. Usher, close the doors. Usher, close the doors. That he didn't, he told them both like 3 times in a row. So, when he said that, right, in the spiritual man's mind, he's like, why are you closing the doors, right? Then he said, before all of y'all leave, I want 20,000 before everybody leave. We all going to the same place. We all going to go out to eat anyway. So, in the spiritual man's mind, you'd be like, damn. What? Well, you supposed to be the pastor. You don't supposed to be sitting up here trying to ransack everybody's pockets. Now, yes, there's a such thing as called tithes and offerings, but you don't need 20,000 out of the congregation for what though? And a lot of these black churches and just churches in general, not just the black church, but the black Christian church, but churches in general, they're money grabbers. You see those that are of the church, the ones that are speaking or in a choir or playing the organ or whatever. They the ones, the pastors be the main ones looking. They be dressing up in them sharp suits and being appealing to the eye. But just because they're appealing to the eye does not mean they're appealing to the Lord. And ultimately at the end of the day, those that are doing the work of the Lord and are of the Lord, those are the ones that's going to be saved. Those are the true pastors. Now, let me see. Let me grab this real quick because, these churches don't like to bring out the true gospel. They don't like to preach about the good news. So let me see. Where is that at? Bear with me, Baba Kashaw. Let me see. This is Jeremiah chapter 23 and verse 1. Woe be unto the pastors that destroy and scatter the sheep of the Lord, sheep of my pasture, saith the Lord Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahshai. Therefore, thus saith the Lord Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahshai, power of Israel, against the pastors that feed my people. Let me read verse 2. This is Jeremiah chapter 23 and verse 2. Therefore, thus saith the Lord Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahshai of Israel, against the pastors that feed my people. Ye have scattered my flock and driven them away, and have given not visited them. Behold, I will visit upon you the evil of your doings. And I'll go to verse 3. And I will gather the remnant of my flock out of all countries, whether I have driven them, and I will bring them again to their folds, and they shall be fruitful and increase. And I will set up shepherds over them, which shall feed them, and they shall fear no more, nor be dismayed, neither shall they be lacking, saith the Lord. And yeah, ultimately, those that scatter the Lord's sheep, the Lord's going to deal with them and judge them. Primarily those that are of the circumcision and those that are in the world too as well. Now granted, you see when these individuals leave from the Black Christian church, they end up, a lot of them come to find out that they're Israelites. They come to find out that those so-called pastors and so-called teachers was not real teachers. They hold Bible study on Saturdays and Fridays or Saturdays and go to church on Sunday. And then when they go to church, they don't really bring out anything. They only bring out certain things that apply to, Jesus coming back and shit like that. We all know at the end of the day that's full of shit. And that the fact that that's full of shit, you're ignorantly going about what you've been taught. So ultimately, with everything that's going on, the Lord's about to destroy you, false prophets and false teachers. Those that are of the circumcision and those that are in the world too. The Lord is going to make known who He is. So from there, I'm going to jump to John real quick. Now, this precept was brought out a week ago, maybe 2 weeks ago, at a sit down, But this is John chapter 10, and I started at verse 11. This is John chapter 10, verse 11. I am the good shepherd. The good shepherd giveth his life for the sheep. And yeah, you see that a lot of these pastors not willingly giving themselves to the sheep. They're not willingly giving themselves and helping out their flock. They're only helping out their own selves, And the word for minister is to serve as well, Now, the higher let's say, not just in this truth, really in this truth, the higher your status grows in this truth and higher your position grows, the more you have to minister unto those that don't know. That's why we have elders and brothers over us, to teach us things, to educate us the things of the Heavenly Father, because we don't know fully, That's why you have elders and apostles, bishops, elders, camp heads, so on and so forth. That's why you have those that are of that rank. Now, a lot of people want that rank because it comes with the glory and the attention and the notoriety. But at the end of the day, that notoriety, they use that for money. They don't, brother, I know this breakdown, this how you can help yourself, this how you can further yourself in your walk. They don't do it like that. They always come to grips and terms with, I can use this as money. And a lot of them do that. But anyway, verse 12, but he that is an hireling, and a lot of these people are hirelings, and not the shepherd whose own the sheep are not, seeth the wolf coming, and leaveth the sheep, and fleeth. And the wolf catcheth them, and scattereth the sheep. And yeah, a lot of these pastors want to ransack your pockets. But when shit get real, when things get real, they are nowhere to be found. Hey brother, I don't know what you're talking about. Try to play dumb and act like they don't know what's going on, and they really don't know what's going on. Those that are scattering the Lord's sheep will pay for that dearly, backdooring. The pastors are some grimy individuals. They will backdoor you, given any chance. All that money they get, you give them, they're going to use that for their own benefit. They don't use that for the church benefit of, let's say not church benefit, for the congregation benefit. Verse 13, the hireling fleeth because he is an hireling and careth not for the sheep. I am the good shepherd and know my sheep, and am known of mine. As the Father knoweth me, even so, even know, even so know, Salakia, I the Father, I lay down my life for the sheep. And yeah, Yahushua is the one that laid his life down for the sheep, and primarily the elect on this side, for the, ultimately all of Israel. But right now is dealing with that first dominion, the elect. Let me see. Verse 16, and the other sheep have I which are not of this fold, them also I must bring. They shall hear my voice, and there shall be one fold, one shepherd. And yeah, the Lord is coming back to get his people. You know, all of Israel will be saved, but primarily right now, the elect are going to be saved. All of Israel won't be saved in this first go around. In the kingdom, Israel will be all saved and established, but in this first go around, it is the elect, the first dominion. Those have victory over the beast. So now I'm going to go there and go to Matthew chapter 7. This video won't be long. Is it 7 or is it verse 10 or chapter 10? Let me double check. Yeah, this is Matthew chapter 7 and verse 15. Beware of false prophets which come to you in sheep's clothing, but inwardly they are ravening wolves. Ye shall know them by their fruits. Do men gather grapes of thorns, or figs of thistles? Even so, every good tree bringeth forth good fruit, but a corrupt tree bringeth forth evil fruit. I'm gonna jump down a little bit, but ultimately, you know, false prophets are on a high rise right now. They're on a very high rise right now. Those that are of the circumcision, those that are not. Those that know they're Israelites, those that's in the world that's so-called black and dead. You know, those are a lot of false prophets. T.D. Jakes, Marvin, Sapp, all of those that are not teaching the word of Yahweh by Shema Shai, those are the false prophets. So, let me see. I'm going to jump down to verse 21. Not everyone that saith unto me, and yeah, Salakia, I meant to say, Salakia, this is red letter, which is Yahweh Shai speaking. Salakia, I meant to mention that first when it was first red letter. This is Matthew chapter 7 and verse 21. Not everyone that saith unto me, Lord, Lord, shall enter into the kingdom of heaven, but he that doeth the will of my Father which is in heaven. Many will say to me in that day, Lord, Lord, have we not prophesied in thy name, and in thy name have cast out devils, and in thy name done many wonderful works? And yeah, you know, a lot of these pastors are gonna have that what's the one I'm gonna use? A lot of pastors are gonna come to realization that they're gonna have that going in their back in their minds, like, damn, Lord, I thought I was preaching, teaching, and doing all this in your name, and ultimately they didn't even have the name. They'll come to find out what they were doing was making their people, a lot of these black Christian churches, and not just, like I said, not just them, these Christian churches ransack their pockets. They don't benefit the people. They are hirelings. So at the end of the day, they don't even have the right name. They don't even teach their congregation the proper things. They only teach love and unity. Verse 23, and then I profess unto them, I never knew you. Depart from me that work iniquity. And yeah, these individuals that work iniquity are of the churches. Those that are of the churches work iniquity. And that's just plain and simple. You don't gotta beat that to death. It's easy to understand. You will know a true prophet from a false prophet. And how you know that, I'm gonna end off with this. This is back in Jeremiah chapter 28 and verse 8. The prophets that have been before me and before thee of old prophesy both against many countries and against many great kingdoms of war and of evil and of pestilence. The prophet which prophesieth peace, when the word of the prophet shall come to pass, then shall the prophet be known that the Lord Yahweh Bashim Shai have truly sent them. So ultimately, those that are prophesying of the hard times, the difficult things, not the soft things, will be known as the true prophets. Now, a lot of the times when prophets come on the scene, it's not good. It's hardly ever good. But at the end of the day, those true prophets prophesy of pestilence, evils, destructions, and the downfall of kingdoms. But Lord, when this video is edifying, I'm going to close out by giving all praise to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Rakakwadash, the bond to the Apostle, it was a great millstone, and on to the next one, Shalom.